Welcome. What is Billy Graham rule, or Mike Pence rule? The Billy Graham rule is a practice among some male evangelical Protestant leaders, in which they avoid spending time alone with women to whom they are not married. It is adopted as a display of integrity, a means of avoiding sexual temptation, to avoid any appearance of doing something considered morally objectionable, and to avoid being accused of sexual harassment or assault. The rule has been named after Billy Graham, who was one of the early proponents of the practice. More recently, it has also been called the Mike Pence rule, after a U.S. vice president who also supported the idea. Billy Graham rule. In 1948, Graham held a series of evangelistic meetings in Modesto, California. Together with Cliff Barrows, Grady Wilson, and George Beverly Shea, he resolved to avoid any situation that would have even the appearance of compromise or suspicion. The Accountability Agreement, which has become known as the Modesto Manifesto, covered not only their interactions with women, but also commitments to integrity with respect to finances, their interactions with local churches, and publicity. From that time onward, Graham made a point of not traveling, meeting, or eating alone with a woman other than his wife Ruth. Graham biographer Grant Lacker observed that over the years Graham received intense media scrutiny, but hardly anyone accused him of violating any of those four principles. By Graham's own admission, though, he was not an absolutist in the application of the rule that now bears his name. His autobiography relates a lunch meeting with Hillary Clinton that he initially refused on the grounds that he does not eat alone with women other than his wife. But she persuaded him that they could have a private conversation in a public dining room. Mike Pence rule. 48th Vice President Mike Pence in 2017, with Second Lady Karen Pence in March 2017. The Washington Post noted that U.S. Vice President Mike Pence never eats alone with a woman other than his wife, Karen, and that he won't attend events featuring alcohol without her by his side. Emma Green, writing for The Atlantic, noted that the controversy was an example of how notions of gender divide American culture, while socially liberal or non-religious people may see Pence's practice as misogynistic or bizarre. For a lot of conservative religious people, the setup probably sounds normal, or even wise. Reactions. The rule has been criticized for viewing women as potential objects of lust, as well as restricting opportunities for women to network with any male colleagues who happen to implement this rule. When applied to workplace dinners or meetings, it could result in illegal labor discrimination under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. American pastor Tracy Bianchi says that one result is that women are marginalized and cut out of opportunities to network, share their ideas, and advance in the organization. Bianchi also says that the rule conflicts with the practice of Jesus himself, who spent time alone with the Samaritan woman at the well. American pastor Ty Grigg says that the rule has not been effective at curbing infidelity. He says that the rule has framed relating with the opposite sex with fear, and that this leads to a diminished mutual respect, which in turn creates the kind of environment where inappropriate relating is more likely to occur. Others, though, suggest that unfaithful pastors must have failed to implement the rule. Messianic Jewish author Michael L. Brown says that criticism against the rule has misunderstood the purposes of the rule. He says that the rule prevents third parties from suspecting that an illicit romantic relationship exists. It also protects against any future accusations should the other party become embittered and seek to attack the innocent boss. Finally, it does protect both parties from developing natural attractions and potentially falling into adultery. U.S. public opinion. According to a 2017 poll conducted by the Morning Consult for the New York Times, 53% of women and 45% of men believe that it would be inappropriate to have dinner alone with someone of the opposite sex who is not their spouse, compared to 35% of women and 43% of men who would consider it appropriate. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.